Yo abusia yeti say din we. Yehovah Tikenu, El Shaddai, El Rohi. Yeti say din bebre omo bobo. Who be say say ye den wo say eye Nyankopon su a order na di no. Eno ehu din na omo de bobo no. Today we are going to have a big conversation. I am so happy that when we talk, sometimes recordings because last week episode we recorded it before Sunday mo share ye. Inti ye recording we make us say pope na up till now on ka hwe no. Afi ansa na waba kasa. Ensem bebre na ekoso. Yeti yensusu say Easter Sunday, Palm Sunday no. Israel for no so Catholics no wa mo kwan mo and celebrate. And I make a last week say, the same people, but the understanding no, and anyone I said they a day no more year, and what are they up to? Last week, you saw the three popes and how they operate. 80 young members na yeti na ye heti ye hona ye kon tokwa we nye we ni we ayom no mo keka yeti bom no mo keka yeti bom a what is the agenda? What do they want to achieve in all this chaotic year omo creating? And then last week I spoke to you about two things. I said the family our control we are say, and I also said the spirits our control we are say. Last week me knew fame, me name the way I will feel ye, and me name the way I will dream ye, me name a dream when yasa would the Africans. But today we are going to get into the spirits. And now back at the spirit family that also controls this world. And you ask yourself, almost so omo ye juma, e de mahwan, almost so ye dem body. Me ma mo assignment so. Old York, any New York, and I'm bisa say, is it going to be another York? Is it going to be in Jerusalem? What's going on? Minim dia wo ye dia wunya yo betumi atro e wo comment section honomo na ye nyina yesua dia bom. Today we are discussing the 7 planetary archons. It's another history I am making here. In fact, you can say anything you want, but I'm the first African who is going to document this again. You remember we did the Archons 3 episodes before a whole Gaia started treating it. So I went back a little bit to see how far they can take it. But I realized that the world still waits for me for these things. These things are normally not in any book or on the media. That's why when we spoke about the Archons, nobody was able to touch base with it. It's purely downloads. And again, you cannot actually talk about these kinds of spirits if udi hufo. Asem unipedi hufo no. Untumi fanano enyedeng entum. So we are discussing the 7 planetary archons. The spirits now omo baki the control na ekosono. Me ma uhu family ni last week inti we are talking about the spirits. I will take you through to 5 different stages. We will first look at the first false god. Yebeche no na fe ye wi aya the 7 archons. Then yebeche Archons, yebeche Eloios. Na fe ye wi aya Astapheus, the 3rd son. Where a very, very important message, and it is, like I said, it's a record I'm trying to put together once again. Don't forget, the Archons episode we did is what brought the name the Fear Breaker. Because after we treated it, Gaia started. That was when my name was written all over Gaia page. Yes, it's another day we are going to have a big and a huge conversation. Abusia, I want to say something to you today before we begin. If you look at this world carefully, so now do we need to form now you will notice a pattern in how things are controlled. Ube say nyama be the way ekọ no enye sa na ekọ utimu so obi gina baabi a oppress nyama ana omiemie nyama. You are aware of how I've been unraveling the different control mechanisms of this planet. Maye bebre, makan bebre. And it's because if you don't know how you are being oppressed, you won't see the need to free yourself. This is one big problem. I keep telling my children that I'm not afraid of any problem in this life. But I am uncomfortable. So I don't stop until I lay hands on solutions. Yes. Se wan kasa wan hwehwe ade a ehye wo so ana oppress wo a wonya wadwin po so obesori ayeden afiri wamane. the secret pattern control mechanism of this planet is not random. Enya dia uko ya na beto keke dabi. So maybe say we say, is there anything one needs to do or one needs to know? The first is understanding or learning these patterns. Very, very important. Then you can work towards your freedom. So one year what you say we share these patterns, so no forget about freedom. Because Bible I can clearly you say lack of knowledge, my people perish. So one year what you say we be nim die wo bibi ho a. Se sa de na ehya wo so a ebe hya wo so akum. About it. The suffering you see, the way systems are built to keep people small, the way religions make people afraid, the way wars keep happening, none of it is an accident. Religion na abesi ho, ambesi ho keke. Or how are ye nemu, ye wu sesi ya wu nim dia waye, wu nim dia abekom, o ye den, o weni beje kakra, o wire beko kakra, de obie ni wo free, se wo sika, se wo ye hie ni ade wo biara. There is something eating you up. Obiara wo Lazarus bia wo atete apro, e wo na brabom. Obi enye free. Why? And this all how you to yesu. So obi enye free dia, and you know bi ti baby. Ah, odi o how ye den, etu nipa so. Odi ehu edi tu nipa so odi osom edi hye nipa so na che so obi ti baabi a o miemie bibi enhye da ensi sa keke. This is what Africans needs to understand. South Africa for anti we ase na ye omo se bibi ikoso na nyame bi ba be ye bibi amomo a ehonom ne ye fall short. There is a structure behind it, and mind you, I am not saying this as someone who read it in a book. Actually, I will say episode na yebeye no enshada ni book na insi internet so. I am saying it as a woman who has watched and closely observed. I'm not called the sky watcher for nothing. I am not the Grand Phoenix for nothing. No, I'm not the world star number 8 for nothing. I'm not called the great divine light for nothing. I always give you source of my messages. Say download sa make atro reading a mema source. Say bikra na mama movie say ko share no so be hu a bit ewom. So that should tell you where this episode is coming from. I have sat in different rooms, listened to different people, visited different places and realms, and kept asking the question, why is the world this way? Ibisa me ho. Ade na wi asete sa. Abofra ya wo ni nebewu. Akokora wanyi a ontumi nante ne ba ote no ho hwe no ebetimi ewu eja ne ho. Di o hya busua ni na bewu na hie ni otifie wo no eyare da ho na ote ho. Nti mibisa mo sa ade na wi ase kora etisein. Ade why? I keep asking. Why does it seem like something is feeding on human pain? What do you think? Because assembly bo wa to a ontimi nti ase wo ye den wo bewu. Wo ye den you will break down. Wo ye den wo benyi. Bibi sase eye den e na ye e man basa se wo hwa me a hwe the way a wo plan wo life. Hwe the way a wo hihye wo niama, hwe the way a wo tete wo ba. Wo hwe the way a aba out ya wo dwen ho to meti ase. Wo bisa ho se na wo afiri he. Ebi kura ni me fie enso na aba abeto. Wo dwen ho a wo te ase eno na wo behu se wiase no kora etesen. Eno ewiase ankasa etesen. Ade na eme yete so obi eti baabi a yesu ya werɛ ho ne anigye because baabi a wo so ko hwehwɛ anigye no wo betumi so afa werɛ ho ho. Obi lutu wo the same place, obi so wini wo the same place, obi sire wo the same place, obi so wo the same place. Why na ema sa ania me eba so ana hwa na ema sa ania me ikoso na ka baabi e de wo de de wo anka baabi esu wo de esu mi hu nipa bi ose oba asase so onsu da onsere da ebi nsi da adenti na ye tesa me bisa me hu this question. That is why some 3 years ago I started talking about the archons, and the introduction helped us give a proper definition of who benefits from our oppression etherically. When ebema ubehu medical culture last week about nipa bi omo represent a particular family omo and physically ewiyase ya yeti no omo wo control and am can spirits so strong eno na nne mepese yekomu no. There's this scripture in the Bible that says that dia ye chichire no wosoro no ye bechichire na asase so anade ye chichire na asase so ye bechichire no wosoro. Or what the spirit conceives gives birth to the physical is in your Bible. What does it mean? What kind of code is this? What spirit enenyin sen bibi wosoro na yanyin sen sa de kono e wa asase so e yesunsun ben. Today, I want to bring you into a deeper teaching that has been kept in the same ancient text for over 2,000 years. That is why I said, say, enye book bi mu na obehu na ube to me anya way through downloads. So everything I'm going to tell you today, I want you to look deep into it. I want you to think deep into it. I want you to go over it over and over again. I want you to watch this episode over 2-3 times. You watch it for the first time, watch it with your consciousness, get into the message and watch it without your body. And let's see how you connect with this message. I am talking about the teachings of the Gnostics. Now, many of you who have walked this path with me, remember who the Gnostics are. Me di ebinuma ba platform no so omo abetichi a bit. Na woni me wo kwa nkrofo to me eka e wo media no to say I am teaching Gnostics. I'm doing Gnostic teachings. Gnostics no so they are the same people, almost ye part of Christians. Almost so wo adwen foforo ana almost hu nyame e kwan foforo so. Na se omo de ye ne yampa. Se de ye hu so yampa. E ye wo nipa no na obetumi atena se adwene. This message today is not for the faint-hearted. Pacho. Nti se wo ye mre kakra obetwe ho. If you joined us recently, we have many videos about the special ancient community of thinkers and spiritual seekers who believe that the world we live in was not made by the biblical God. We've done this episode and it's on the same platform. Omo so madre no. Omo ntintum se Nyankopon no wo Bible mu no ono ena ebo bibia. They believed it was made by a lesser being. Almost onipa bia ono sokoto baby ana onipa osabi ana sunsuma osabi ana tumia esabi. A being who did not know that there was something greater than himself. Tumi bi onipa bi a ono ana minim the word to use or frequency ana spirit bi. Onim se bibi wo kwa eso sen no ana ono so kwotena baabi na kakra ohun ye ninti eye ne se wachechiri bibi ye nyina ye saade no. When you build a single room na eye wo se no na ye fie a wahu ama se wo fie ba ko mienu miensa enan enum a wo hwe wo first house na you are laughing say eh mi si ye fie we na eye mi se fie no anini and then mi si we saa na omo pese omo kire eye sunsun bi ana tumi bi ana ma menka nyame bi ono okoduru baabi na eye ne se wato opel lastra eye ne se wasi 2 bedrooms bi eye ne se wakoto asase wakura bi ase na eye ne se kire se waduru ane sa efofo no saa enye numpo se ye wodan akoduo dan mu dan e wo hono ni awahu no ebiribiri nani so saying and this Gnostics no edwen e de ma Christian God no. Even if you read the Bible critically, you will find this trait or this truth in disguise. Devil falling and own this world. Omo ka de bia, omo so obron sam free heaven, okontokwa, no free heaven, no befa asase we. Ena ode ye ne dia. Enti se obron sam free heaven, ena obefa asase we no de ye ne dia. Na se mfiti ase no, onyankopon bi bo soro ne asase dia. Na e kire se onyankopon na asase ye ne dia no, enyo no bo wiase nyina. Ana wodwen sen. Because na nyankopon no mote soro wada dansa na boronsam ebete ba asasi so obebo asasi na uhwemu kwa achi a na a little bit disturbing because asasi na Bible say boronsam na bete to ha and obe create ha nti asasi ye boronsam de ya nanso the same Bible will tell you say for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So which is which? Onyankopon no do wiase no de ne bakro no edemaye mo aso mo se wiase ye yetimi eye boronsam de a eno nti na ebinum ye wiasefo na ebinum ye nyamesomfo. How do we calculate this? And that lesser being, according to the Gnostics, they said created helpers or archons who we now call archangels. I have told you before, when you hear archbishop, arch this, arch that, archangels, Don't go further. It simply means archons. The Gnostics are saying that that lesser being no ebetna ha no creative helpers omo beboa no ama na ye ni wiase nti sa nipa no ana sa lesser god no ono no create this archangels se omo mbra no omo beboa no nti se wo sorry na wo dream say archangel wo ho agdes wo ho you are simply talking about the archons, helpers of a lesser god. Pastor what you say wa hama mi ansa ya to aso. According to Gnostics, 7 of these archons or archangels were assigned to rule over the material world and over mankind. Sa archons we na ye assigning omo so omo bra no omo behwe nipa so no omo behwe sa ewiase so. Enti ewiase de ye ne ye ken de boronsam ye to ni firi soro no ba ya obekekere ye no sa ewiase na na ana ewiase na sa lesser god no eba ye no naboafo na ye archangels no ono sa wiase no na omo ka sa de lesser god no ye di enyankopon ye question nti se sa enyankopon no archangels ana archons no na eboa ne de a ene no ye di enyankopon moma ye nhwe mu nko akire. I seriously think you want me to explain this, cause for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. No me this how person me go deeper about this so that I will get insults. But me ye sure say what you say. So we calculate here, what do you make out of this? This is why up till now we keep asking ourselves, say nyankopon or sacrificing. I think this is a popular question everybody wants to know. Answer we obia person onyankopon or sacrificing ne ba no ma wan me ankasa mabisa 1 million times. Others have also, and then ansenya akra yenya papa a very learned man be our Revelations platform onu so mabisa the same question. Who has placed these archangels or these archons to watch over us, or watch over what? And now watch over which earth? Earth de ehin dia bronsam beto so no. And now wiase de ehin. Where do you see this archangels no? Where do you see these titles? Therefore, if we are looking for entities to answer your question as to how things are like this on this planet, we have to ask these 7 archon princes. And this is what I'm going to do with you today. Who are they in actual fact? I am presenting this to you as raw and undiluted as I found it in the hands of the master keepers. This is what I can expose for now. Master keepers. So if you want to know the source, let's say that for now. And don't come and ask me, how do I get into the hands of these master keepers? I've told you a lot of downloads is going to happen today. It is for you to sit with. It is for you to decide what knowledge you derive from it for your awakening journey. And then Samambekano, like I said earlier, it is not for the faint-hearted. Inti ehia wankasa wadwin. Because I am not programming anybody. I'm not programming you. But I am just giving you a tool or a tap to awake. This is what I'm giving you. This is not religion. So I am not here to tell you what to think. I'm just disbursing this information for you. I am here to put in front of you what the ancient masters have recorded in their time to help your reclaiming journey. If you want to talk about awakening, from last week, we have started talking about what actually is awakening or enlightenment. We are going beyond the brouhaha and the solutions and calling all kinds of things. Now I'm bombarding your head with keys of awakening and enlightenment. I am here to preach your own self to you. That's about me. I don't have anything to program you with. I just open your mind. I preach yourself to you. Me push you into yourself. I don't push you out there because in fact there's nothing out there without you. So I push you into yourself. I preach yourself to you. Most of the time, all humanity needs is a good trigger to awaken the memories inside ourselves for greater understanding of this dimension. You need this. It's something that is in you. It's just that Aye silent or aye mute. Ada. Nti uhia obi obeye bibi. A shake up, a tap. You need that greater light. Say be shine wo we be will go weni. Na when you force. Na weni aba wo so. I have said this before. I will never wake you up at the wrong side of your life or at the wrong side of your frequency for you to get headaches. I will not wake you up from the wrong side of your frequency so you hallucinate. No. I just give you a tap and give you that time to open your eyes to process whatever that is happening around you. So you are able to make a great decision. I want you to think deep and make your own choices and make your own decisions for a greater ascension. This is what I am preaching to you. So, Akwaba, and I welcome you to Spiritual Hour, Annie, where I unpack the identity of the 7 princes of Archons. Remember, I told you we will continue the rest of this mystery. Time now, Archons episode, no. Me catch rew, and I share ubo. Na sa mystery no yegu so a And I'm saying this again. I am the first African to document this. You can do your cross-check. When I did the Anunnakis, everybody was doing a bit because the bit of those information was on the internet. But when I did the Archon, nobody. Me twa sa episode so. Like I said, I keep making records and this episode is full of downloads. My name is always Maame Grace. So let's begin today's episode. It's going to be great. I'm telling you. I believed you, 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 and I send you love, I send you love, I send you joy, I send you joy, I send you strength wherever you are watching me from, I send you joy, I send you strength, I send you wealth, I send you health, I send you life, I send you light, I send you pure energies. I believed you, I do not bless you, I believed you, I do not bless you, I believed you, I do not bless you. I wish you a nature day. And I welcome you to another episode of Spiritual Hour. Is going to be great. We are discussing the 7 planetary archons. I've told you the stages. I will take you through 5. 5 great stages. I am always the great in sequence. I am the grand phoenix. I am the divine light, the divine phoenix. Call me in sequence. Call me the saint. I am the goddess of Akabulan. Pure African woman who loves her continent and will do anything for her people. It's another day. We are going to have a big and a greater conversation today. I've told you what we are discussing. Now, let's first look at the first false god. Both science and our ancestors have agreed that the world is not created from nothing to something, but rather a projection being manifested from the unique perspective of humans. We've had a great conversation about this before. I will explain deeper. Don't worry. Today's episode, I've told you, is pure downloads. It's huge. Science says nothing we see or touch is real, but a reflection of our senses of how molecules interact with our energy field. Enti ebinumu jidi say life na ye woman a drama. Bibia existing. You've heard a lot of these new age spirituality people, preaching this to you. In short, your house or cars are not real, but a perspective you created from your mind being manifested from your senses. This will look a little bit cumbersome for you unless you are a deep thinker. This is why some say life is a drama. So, what it means is that someone or something caused us to form the perspective we have now. Let's just say ye bibi. Ema ye form me bibi. Ye hu sesiye. Ebeye de ba de. In actual fact, ye wu nipa on shashe obasa. Wedidi yo, ondidi yo, onim. Onipa kroya na onyi. na feniama bebre eba na dream ni wura fi so oba wiase kora wamfa hweamba openiama bebre di onipa dasani benya biada onye satisfied with it sebe kafra akofro obi free ayi baabi brobro se wo boa no ono beba bekuru asi ukon ho made awo ya ama ne nimpo wanhwa obekun ato atwene age eden na ma nipa ekosa asu ene sa ate bia nim onipa menye da eden na ekose saade we. Something is rewiring our energy field to suit the type of world they want us to project. And then onipa woni hwe afa wunya ade baako no nso wani wunya ade mienu nso wani entade ne guhwa mebi wo kra na wura afi cars bebrebe ahe na wutwi ede bempoten ena ma nipa ebeduru ba bia wa beduri. Like I said some time ago, this something or entity is what secret societies and lodges refer to as the Grand Architect. They will never leave the ARCH, Archons, but they have different name for it. Grand Architect, Archangel, Archbishop. Which one? They call him the programmer. That is from the Lodge and the Freemason side. Anne. The Gnostics gave the programmer of the material world a name. They called him the Demiurge. But they also gave him another name, a more personal name. They named him a Yaldabaoth. We've done an episode about this. Sophia's child, Yaldabaoth. We have explained in a departed editorial the formation of the entity called Yaldabaoth, the offspring of a female watcher energy called Sophia. And on abdi kanka ya dada e this platform no so we new na wan sha ye nua ba wo platform no so Mary Boache obeboa wa ma wa get through to that episode. I hope you remember. I am telling you that there is no platform that has done spirituality 360 like I have done here for 8 years back to back. Enti so wan sha obi a join here fofora mama wakwa aba. So then your first time I watch me a subscribe and then share the videos for people. It's all about awakening and enlightenment. It is not about the narrow part or the shallow way, but what can actually liberate the continent of Africa and black people. That's what we do here. It is all about education. Please watch out for more editorials and watch them carefully because very soon I will be doing quizzes and giving big cash. Me baba ma achade akwa abonting. Medica akasa say ye freo na ye ma ubibia. Don't come and write it on the platform. I appreciate the fact that you are happy about what we did for you, but don't bring it on the platform, okay? But watch the episode na quiz never try na ye no. That is what is most important. In cash, no cash. There is a decision I made to give out. And we are not going to add video or whatever to it because adia ye ekoso esumaseno and in the di enyini eba we want you to grow. And like I told you last week, me say office had the emotion. We came back for a purpose, and I have a big surprise for all of us. Until maybe Sunday, maybe I may reveal that big surprise, no, for all of us. Pacho, yebema cash rewards and electronics to people who watch and follow our editorial. Anti sheniye na quiz no ebeba yedeto honoma na wate de baba. We think this will not be a case of competition, but rather a way to encourage learning about our nature and the type of dimension we exist in. Medasi. Into when your competition and na show off on so. I'm just appreciating you. I'm happy for your love. I'm happy for your stay. I am happy for whatever you are doing on this platform. Into any competition. Thank you so much. The entity that has programmed our attention in this dimension is not the highest God. And many ancient masters, including Gnostic teachers, were very clear about this. Now, same way I'm before better and how would they even take it? Obia sebio sebe kafra facha me. Ofio hia bro mu sebe kafra facha me o menkasa obi ni life asem na medeka. Ebia ote ghetto baby. Ofa no now de no koto East Legon na. Ebeye ni say East Legon. and the last house or the bebo ne ho mra ni mpo. Asa wo kɔ w'anim koduru baabi na be mu se fie bi efie bi wo fie se nipa wo ye den kɔ ka kire ne se me nua 4 bedrooms na wa ye ni jai na there are smart homes kura ye mbie don wo ye den kɔ ka sa asam ne kire nipa mu ɔte ase se me ka se nyankopɔn na munnimu no ana ɔmo ka no ye nananom ese enyo ɔno no yo nyame kese a ana onyame a ɔye ɔbɔ ade a ebeye problem but ade we wo ho ye nananom kan ye and the Gnostic teachers no so aye ne very clear, but how do we even take it? And even what I'm saying, how are we going to take it? And when you read their books critically, you will find so much holes that exposes them. But kan omububefu, because say you wanna ubo bibia, why do you call others? Say come, let us they said the true ultimate source of everything exists above and beyond this material world. And once we jitum say a wiase foforo bi wo ho no moma a wuwu a wo beko internet say we jitum say nye wiase we na wo firi, but ye ka kiro so nyame bi so no no bo wiase we na nde ye lesser god so a wunji ndi, but wo jidi say wiase papa bi wo ho a nyame asiesie ama wo nti say wiase we nye papa de a enye ne nyame be no bo wiase we a oti wiase we mu o say ye nsom no. What I say? Your calculation. They call that place the pleroma. It means fullness. It means a realm of light, knowledge, and completeness. And when so ebimu ka say wu a obeko pleroma na obeko blah 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 ebimu so echire musa. O Christo ni bia gidi said there is heaven, and O Christo ni bia gidi so say it is a better place. If heaven is a better place, why would God even create here? Se wujidi se nyame no obo ha na osesom no wa ha no ene ye nyame papa o ye nyame papa ade no wantena nyame papa na wu a wo bekọ ho ne preko no do wo ba ha se bebre. Think deep about this. But you know me, as usual, I will tell you the truth, not my truth, unless you don't think or you are shallow-minded person that you will be like obia we ni truth. I am telling you the truth. Anytime something tries to refocus your attention to a distant land of utopia, I will bring your senses back to that place inside of you. That is what makes everything I say here the truth. I don't take you out of nothing. I place you before everything, because who and that uni onyame ni hwe ye. Internet so nyankopon no kra wo ho na wo be frɛ na ye wo na wo be frɛ no. Nti without you say nyankopon no kra ye useless. Because I am directing your attention to you. Now who ni what so bibie ni ho no. Eno na ma de ameka kire obi aye no kre. Obia is selling some power source to you. I said, okay, but look at it like this. If you don't exist, what is the point in worshiping or believing in anything? So who knew what say, why na believe? Why na worship? Why na then? Nothing exists without you. Means everything is about you. So tell yourself everything is about you. To me, nothing exists outside of you that is more powerful than inside of you. Be so. Idea where you coded in the Bible. Or say what is in you is greater. But they don't want to believe. Say, when I hear God, no. He that is in me. Or see, ye are gods. But almost say, but like I said at the beginning of this editorial, we are handling it as it was presented by the masters. But as long as we go, never forget that you are the power. There is nothing powerful than you. Because into what so dear. When are we the power source? So won't to me movie be anyway be movie for you. So when who be anyway be who for you. Into one are we be and tell yourself this every day. You are the world. You are the source. You are everything powerful. Affirm this every morning when you wake up. Admit this. Know this. And if there is anything you have to believe in yourself. So, the ancient story continues that Yadabot, the Demiurge, when he found himself in existence, he looked around and saw nothing above him. So wo nko awo da wo da mu naked wo nko awo na hu. Ya wo to wa ade na hu nko awo na hu. Sa no no so opie ye no ohu ono nko ano because he was not created in the existence of the higher place. This Yalda boat. Me say people should take their time and do their homework well. No mo shese bronsam na mo ka so mo tu ni free soro no. A obeto asase so no because obeto asase so na hwe ni ha. Nti mo amose onu no di hene wa asase so. Nti aya mo calculate ade ni ye na mu hum ye. His powers and abilities were limited in this realm alone. Ono pe ne de ne ba asase so. So immediately obeto ha no ohun bibia no. He declared ema onu ano ho I am God. Ose oye nyame. I am the only one. Ose me nko ani nyame. The Bible emphasizes this in Isaiah 45 verse 5. In fact, let me read. Ose I am the Lord and there is no other. Apart from me, there is no God. So when are we God? Why are you telling us you are the only God? So when are we God? Just mention your name. I am the Grand Phoenix. Because I am the only Grand Phoenix. I am the biggest. Because I am the only biggest. That is when you are looking for witnesses and evidences to prove a point. You don't need validation to know who you are. Why are you telling us you are the God and you are the only God? Why are you saying that? And the first commandment in Exodus chapter 20 verse 3. And also, or say you shall have no other gods before me. Say, why are you coming to warn me so I should not have any other gods before you? You created everything. Why are you? I said I am the biggest, the largest. So does it mean all others are say be worthless? Osono ye kese ani. Be no nkyere se atati anya aboa. Nti ade be na say Nyankopon we opa akere. So mu read these scriptures say na ya amodwen ho. Pamucho a question nobody should get angry. These scriptures highlight Yaldabaoth's thinking of self-exclusivity, supremacy and uniqueness. Not because there is not, but rather because he could not access beyond that dimension. Ya to na to atwini tokurobim. Enti ono nko ana wo ho. Enti obecheche ne were. So ye nyame. Eno nkyere se bibie ni ho ka ne ho. The Gnostics said that was the problem. Not that he was powerful, but that he was ignorant. He did not know what he did not know. He was limited. You become limited if you feel said no. So I am not surprised the followers of Yaldabaoth feels the book they hold is the final thing. It's just about limitation, just like they are boss. So when you're ignorant, now we are here. And Kaunim Saudi Nipani Gu Garden, Nimuna Omolono, Obi Baba Bekan, the full fracture of microphone, Ebediso. He didn't even know the snake was there. Only knowledge, he was purely ignorant. No, Nimushe. And from himself, he programmed the material universe. Everything you can project, see, touch, and measure. Our understanding of the stars, the planets, and the physical bodies we live in. He reversed all of it into his limited ability. Inti aya me pese mo digi deeper eko baby omo to burunsam ebeto asasi so ana obi eni ha because of the stubbornness. Na mondwunya mo de mondwunya mondwin ko for God so loved the world. Otumi begotten ne ba. Aya mondwin ko deep kakra. But later he realized he could not manage all of it alone. Wabeje ha aboso and na o creating or recycle nkrofo. Afa eduru baby we se ono nko antimi nye sa niama we nyina. E wo wi ase na otimu mu. All these things are codes in your Bible. Omo say Moses ede nkrofo ni koduru wona na ohwe omo so no na afa pressure aba no so. Enti no ono nko antimi nye. Enti no na asitu ni fo say on chiche nkrofo ni mu no set mpanimfo emphasisi omo ano. Which Moses? They are all codes. Omo hu so ono nko a ontumi nye. But later, he realized he could not manage all of it alone. So he created 7 rulers to govern different parts of his new world. And then I'm the Moses there and it's a code in your Bible. These 7 rulers are the archons, known in religion as archangels. You can do your research. A bit. Archbishop, archangel, arch this, blah 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 blah. They are all agents. The helpers of Yaldabaoth, the god that claims owns this universe or this prison yard. From the Greeks to the Romans, the mythology of the archons has fascinated their philosophers, so they captured the word archon and attributed a fine meaning to it. The Greeks refined their meaning of ruler to reflect authority. Is the same archons. The meaning helped in diluting the Gnostic understanding in later books about these 7 archangels as the authorities of the material world. Tie, edin sesa yade a aria before papa. Or somebody or see your time na because edin na sesa ebiri na niso. According to the Greeks, these 7 energies govern the planetary spheres of our universe. Greeks in the they maintain the structure of what the modern teachers of religious mythology call the cosmic prison. This is why I did an editorial called The Mind Prison. It's on the platform you can watch. Not because the physical world has no beauty, but because it was programmed to imprison something special. And what is that? The divine spark inside every human soul. This is what this God, this Yaldabaoth with the archangels, the archbishops, this is what they work to imprison it. Me catch last week, said these people, they control us to make sure, say, omo dealing with our emotions. Omo mo be a Philippine bi. Omo no omo sise. Omo no omo chire de enkoso. Omo ye omo family. Omo representative. But these are the spirits. Omo so a guide adiyewe. Inti usha religion na men kofa. You find all this in it. Omo and omo leader. And now omo representative eye the white pope And I make a no. Jesus janechi. Edema Peter. And a Peter janechi ma Paul the first pope. And so into the white pope is represent Jesus on earth. So which God are you worshiping right now? It's just a question. Don't get angry. Last week, na spirits ne tata yo mochino. And I mean, I say, a year binum bisasa intia then Africa for I have said this multiple times that in yes and crofboya my say a year mobile no bechifa so not some spirit has broken our back dada. Inti no mo bae na ebetwifa ye so no na wei ena ya ade asa sunsum wei epefiri nipa ho eye firi nipa mu the divinity in our souls which does not belong here enye ha na ye wo o Kristo ni bia tiase se osoro ni fie enye ha eye akwantum obi anim. This is why all religions promise second world or second life. But how do we even understand this? Please, how do you even understand this? Christo ni bia obi owo religion mu bia nim so owo okọ baby papa so. Enti na aha na ye de aha na ye hwan dia. Hwan na ti ha ye som ne ha. Se wo ye kramoni na wo ka kire me se onyankopon bo ye mba ha se ye mbe som no. Na se wo gitum si se wuwu a baby wo kwa ye better than this place a wo kwa. And the na nyankopon na wo som no nyansa bempa na owo. In short, in church, you worship a God who is smaller than the spirit in your body. They will never agree to this. Opa yensi asori da nsi ho. Ni yensi esie mu sade etie bia na manipa nkom na hwesa asori ne be ya asori a. Eye wu nipa. Na obema sa asori na ya asori. Se mo andwin senya, mo betina asori dem o meja ahye na ma fresh holy ghost water embedum ja no se mo andwin senya mo bekwa akotena wo muntumi mpo nsense sa sorry dan ni bebu agumu so na mo ekokun innocent children. I'm not somebody who rejoice over predicament. Se mo andwin senya eno na wo beti wo se yaka wo na na aka kire wo se wo hwa wo ba na ne sififi a ono so hwa wo na wo sintutu no wo besie wo ba na won dwen se nti wo wu ahwan ne be so wo funu na wo be rejoice amanyame bia ye ntumi hu nyame kro. Se wan dwen say na wan gye antum se sunsum eso chen wo bro de awosom no so na ti wo mu a. That is when you will claim that you pray for the sick to get healed. Ah, onipa wawu kura so betumi abompa ya ma na nyane. Na disaster saying esi. Now we rejoice over it. You have failed. You didn't see that one coming. It's a shame. Seriously. And when you tell them this truth, they get angry at you. But you want me to say, but this is coded in your book. I said the eti umuno so chain the wo wiase. Ninti se sa nyame ne wo wiase na wosom no dia. And ye na the eti umuno so sen the wosom no. Why don't you agree to this simple fact? Now let's look at the 7 archons. Religion is strong because it dramatizes the unseen and non-existent. And until the religion is powerful. Any cinematic images which the archons are responsible for it. And religion it gives an image to God and faces to energy. Ebeyi bibia ebema o face obi aso dan hu Jesus e wanim obi aso dan hu bronsama e wanim obehu. And this is religion for you. The human mind is limitless and very powerful. It can bring into existence anything it perceives. This is why I don't like going to doctors or sleepers. The way they will say the thing to you, your mind will process that. I pray the doctors will get a conference and then we can preach consciousness into them. So they will not just be readers of medicine and prescription, but they can read human energy and frequency. So they know that and where are the conscious doctors? We have a few. I have a few I talk to. I was diagnosing somebody before a doctor. He came to call me, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling them that this is the problem. Obi owa acid bebre wonimu no. Ekwan ofa so didi. And obi a owa acid ketewa bi woni yam no. Ono so ekwan ofa so didi. Omo mienu yi no omo andidi a ade ye de ba omo so. Omo didi bro so ade de. Afi no ohwe manim. I'm saying this is what you people call ulcer. But sometimes when you talk to them, I don't know, say, listen, obi abewu. Whether you are strong or sick. Yeah? Obi abewu. But in Yadwana by immunity, we can read those frequencies and deal with it. It doesn't mean say, Wokas are willing to ube. And a be one a time now we have realization. When you su adiana ma say kra. Some of us almost why a brudo. Me Maame, only say one fan call be and talk. Na yes, wa we una one day ni aswa uniama. Into which you don't pen us a whole lot. E be one ma. Epidura ukowo na ya wo wachi ebi surgery na ya wo wachi. So a lot of damages has happened. Inti unim knowledge no kra damages na koso. What can you do? Africa for ye mobo. Ye bibi e no ane say ye esunsun sanso ni read between it. Inti se bibi ye now ye vulnerable a no when you conscious person to stand with you before you know no kra na de ye wo no kanya no ne bekun o de o se obe save you no wakun ato atwene kwa. Inti adie bia wo be perceive no what you say you can bring it into existence. Humans do not know this. Omuntu mi nim sa adie we am making. Even though it is only they who have this ability, not archangel, not God, nobody, not Yadabo, no Yahweh, no God. And you nipa da se nipa and no what's out to me kakrakei editing mu. Aya me dwen ho ntumi hu nipa de entia enipa da sokoto na ya na ignorant people ni bi say me si nyame ni ho na nyame ni ho na mete ye den nyame ni ho na wo te wo ye den ye are gods. Is that not what the Bible told you? So am I stupid to say that say be kafra facha me my words pardon me say nyame ni ho? I am here, you are there. Why would I say nyame ni ho? I'm not ignorant to say that, but nyame ko a wo frɛ and I make a choice say wo ni ho a oni ho. That's it. I don't know why this is a problem for you. Anyo, oni penim ni tumia okita. Ya okase ni pantiase pontiase. So, who are the 7 archons in the dramatized mythology? Who are these 7 archons? Ya dramatize your religion mu. Ebinu mususu dai hu omu ina. Let's get into this. Who's your spiritual hour with the goddess? I am always the pride of our ancestors. Always. Nsa call me anything you want. What do they look like according to the philosophical representation of images and features by the ancient Greek writers? Saying omo chro omo. Ewo book no mu de ma omo. Mema remfidi ameka me say philosophical representation of images and features by the ancient Greek writers, not Akabulan writers. See I say oh mama. Ye hu a lot of images in our dreams. Obi hu nyankopon da. But I say me first encounter nyame. How do you know? I didn't hu that. How do you know say ono na wo encounter no to say that it was your first encounter? How do you know? And in actual fact, apart from the word ready, any day you catch wo. We free wa wo ye den na hu ye. Pacho. Oh ye den na hu ye. It's a question you can answer it. Let me introduce them to you. One by one, Wadaji. I want you to hear their names as recorded by the teachers, not for religion, but for knowledge. Medical catch how religion dramatize sankrofo we no mo. Okay, and I'm used to folklore edema omo. And I'm sanso chire wo said dia teachers no so edema ye for knowledge. Inti niametu na me ne wo ye wa ha. Before we talk about their symbology and depictions, let us look at how they are imagined in imagery and drama. The modern writers described them as real beings with faces and bodies and specific roles. And that's what we are delving into today. So at this point, we will look at where the astrology also stands. Because the astrological people also have images. Almost di show way. In fact, mama yenche se na bibi dada bi wo ho ana bibi fufuro bi wo ho ebinum di bibi fufuro bi aba na. Yenche se bibi asesa apart from names asesa no. Bibi asesa ana obi di bibi ba ya na. Because the wiase way was set. Na se wiase way was set by a particular energy there. Na or set no as a system to control mechanism there. Na it was there dada. And you obi no the images bi by. Na so obi the images bi by ya ono sesan images no de wo ope. Ana na omo wo dada no before the images came no. Mo experience no na images bi ani ho. Mama yendi kan hwe Archons. In the repackaged mythology of the Gnostic teachings, the first archon created is called Archons, who is the god and ruler of planet Saturn. Astrology for us where they belong. His face is described as the face of a sheep. He governs time. He governs limitation. He governs restriction and decay. At this point, the old ones should help the new ones to get to a day. Energy episode no days no energies no we be get it munchre afofro for no get it through to that, so they will come down for astrology and their keke kan, because there is actually nothing new under the sun. It is scriptural. Edini sesa na ye intina me catch de biara da says spirituality is become cancerous. So if anybody tells you say depending on BB pe, run away. But se nipa na catch us say depend wo so na bowura wumu a gina ho, because one na wo ye wo woni ho a bibie ni ho na che so nipa na etwu wani aba wo ho so ti we na binum so be dramatize no na ye hu. If you think about what Saturn represents in many spiritual traditions, time running out, stretches that bind the weight of old age, that is Archon energy. The same thing. He is the one who makes you feel that time is against you. My elite. Where the mambo baby oh. Baby I made you the awari apa mi hu. Baby I made you the mean to me wo. Baby I made you the enna sing. And a baby I made you the enna sing. And a menu yo. And a way yo. And a fine. And a kusiha. Eyono. The structure of your life cannot change. That this is just the way things are. He binds souls to the material world through fear and through systems and structure. This is Archons. Ono be catch will say, "Esa one say and you," and when they read, they will tell you the same thing. Through the feelings that you cannot escape what you were born into. Baby a wadu de bibi asayama. Enye ye bium. Aware na enye ye because blah 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 blah. This is what he represents in natural fact. My question to you is, which Egyptian god has a similar name? Mepa mochowo. And which one has similar functions to the underworld? Is it not taught? Is it not taught? What is new? Mepa mochowo. South Africa fo amba from. Na de ebeku omo no ma amade omu ni menku omo. Na momo obi beku mu a. Madam for ayigbe ni bi. O se Maame Grace. Ade ba ko wo ye ayigbefu ho ni se. O mfa ni nu e ma wo na unku ni da. Ono abeku na de na msi nyansa wom. Nyansa wom. Upa. Kozongo koka ntokwa na hwe. Omo te wa omo nka hu. Ba wunnim na koka ntokwa wo zongo. Ombe join ni force. Omo de omo ntokwa na omo ku no beto nchen. Ombe join ni force. Ombe buru weku. Omo wia na omo akoto omo ntokwa no so. Adenti na mama dia yenim no enkunyan na mama dia yenim en challenge yen no be sesa din. This is the Greeks. Enye possible da. So nyankopon no bo wiase a obebo Africa fo egu ha later no the Bible abromo and no the religion abromo and no the worship abromo and no the knowledge bi abromo. It doesn't make sense. Look at your life and tell me if the God of time is working in your life or not. Say wunim. Is it not working in your life? Nti eba ni se no bi no de we brɛ obi no be ready we ama wansa we hu abrabo ano. Is there sense in it? Has time placed any control over you and your life? Bisa wo misra. Help me answer this. Where do we place the zodiac sign now? What is strange here? Planet Saturn. And no kramansi wo no be bom hu. Na ne se 5 na miense tuatua ne moma so ne to. What is it? What is it? Sometimes we should cool down. Sometimes we should cool down out of frustration. Because sometimes there is nothing in magic. I'm telling you, there is nothing in fast things. Everything is focus. Believe in yourself. Now let's look at Eloios. I've given you the first archon, Archons. This archon is from the same lineage as the god known as El Roi. This may be similar role of two different planetary gods. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it's heartbreaking, how we refuse to just look into things. El Roi is a Hebrew name for the Christian God mentioned in the Bible, translating to the God who sees me or the God who sees. So when you say El Roi, it is not Yahweh himself and the part of a Jumebia oye, but one of the archangels no. Obwa ne man ye adwuma no. Ono and according to translations no. Ono no ye nyame a ohu. So when you say El Roi, you are not saying anything, you are calling an archon. Why do you people get angry when they tell you the truth? Namufre El Roi. It was Hagar. Don't forget. Hagar no oko di Abraham no. Sarah ni kun no. Wo ba no mo pam no na oko wilderness na ne nsu kom de na ne ba ni bewu no. Ono na otie mu frɛ El Roi. O say chese baby a me gine onyame bi ohu me. Ono is in your Bible. Into which God was Hagar calling? Abusia. Which God was Hagar calling? Hagar was calling an archon. And don't forget, this your yada boat no. This El Roi ni de akeka ka hu. Omo ye ne helpers onu ekreti ye. We are not ready to actually banter you people, but we are giving you a tap because we love you. We don't want to leave any of our own in the mud. So if you feel you know, when I say some of these things, please just sit down and think. Don't get emotional. Because the Bible acknowledge Archon, El Roi, and wachira say God that sees me. And machira we do man so or yedema yalda boot. In religion, it reflects the belief that God is present everywhere. So whom you go baby anti enyua ohu baby ala. All knowing and intimately aware of each person's struggles and pain, but he will not do much about your pain. Nyankopon no a ohu bibia na oni mo haw ne wamane nyina na so ntumi nye ho hwe oya no ho hwe, because your pain is part of the holy plan to maintain the physical world as it is. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah, are you sure Jah is delivering you from your pain? They don't care because they have to feed on it. They know. Oh yeah, they know. Pepe. On the other hand, Eloios rules the planet Jupiter. It's wow. So what's the back round? And I mean, if you are sorry, and I mean, call the zodiac, and I mean, call them the, and I say, you are in the same soup, man. Erohi is the same as planet Jupiter. And it's the same as God, who sees your pain but cannot do nothing about it. It is a wujina sorry now for Eloi. You are saying Jupiter, and I say Elois. Rule the planet Jupiter, the same thing. In dramatic depiction, his face is the face of a donkey, and he governs expansion. He governs law and the system of law that governs societies. Which of these things is not everywhere, but different names? Ediye na usi unim about this. Ya ye days ni na and they are gods. Nti ubetumi akoshe for you as an African. Edi asem. Ade aye kum yen na ye pampa. Na obi se moma yen koye chi kakra ne yen sanhwe ni biom. Mu say mama ji aye bronsam. I told you I have a problem about that. Before I made this decision to run these shows, I understood two things. You will never talk about religion and have freedom, because the major sleeping masses. Until you will not talk about them and be free. And again, you will never confront the hierarchy. Talk about the male energy, and they will let you be as a woman. I knew what I was going to confront, and I was ready for it. That's why I'm still standing tall. Yes, it's not easy to confront these two things. Jupiter is usually seen as the planet of abundance and growth. And yes, Eloios does not create the appearance of growth, but the Gnostic said that the growth he offers is growth within the prison. Oh ma wunyini wo liberation ne enlightenment mu bobemo wenyi wo ha enu ne ani biri bebrebe. You can expand, but you are still contained within a prison. So if I tell you spirituality is cancerous, love me enough and focus on yourself. I've not called you mini group, mini church. Nti agenda na mo kan se me agenda na agenda na ye de ehi. Mini church. Menye se mi na mpoda. Minji obi a ho 1 cedi. Nti mpa mo agenda na ye de ehi. The laws he governs are not laws of freedom. They are laws that define the edges of the cage. Oh my unko baby ah. Enti wo dia wo to oba ni din say Jupiter. Mama Renfi, would you bet me a friend Eloi or Eloios is the same name, or you can simply call him the second archon. The same name. Don't worry so much. Just like the system of world politics, you can have independence like Ghana, but your freedom and expansion are still restricted. Kwame Nkrumah said that Africa can now handle its own affair. Is it handling its own affairs? I don't know, employees so for. Now you worth 500,000. Now about the catcher and say 5,000. We there for your land. The borders in Cambodia and Cambodia in you can't. You don't own yourself. Be honest with yourself so you can help yourself. Because I want understanding with depression and now with oppression, you cannot liberate yourself. So even though these archons, Eloi and Eloios, are aware of your need for growth and your problems, they exist to make sure your expansion does not go beyond Yahweh or themselves, because no no you're master. Tembisa sente wiase sakasaka ye nyame bi wa hapa amoso 19 ko nyehwe Nko be hwem mu nyina amfa nko. Hagar say the God that sees me. Which God was he calling? Which God? Who do you say your prayer to? Mpacho, what do you say your prayer to? Who do you say you are worshiping? It's just a question. If people's spirit cannot go beyond the gods, they will not have archons to prevent us from growing and expanding beyond them. And so obi achechere anwene no ho, just like the family no aya me no kan last week no, the same thing na we mu aya omo so bon krofo omo be make sure say yakaha no omo bo omo chidom. And the saddest aspect of this thing no say people preach this in disguise. Nyankopon no omo say oti the holiest of the holiest. And the angels, the archangels no omo te ho no omo ye adwuma ma no. Straightforward case. But where is the understanding? When you say ark, what you are calling the archons? When you ask deep questions, a bigger problem. They are nyame pe na oye. They are not able to. When you ask them, they are 7 this 7. And he found a nyankopon na mosom no na ye ma. And he found a nyankopon na ye we. Afa obi se bisa na omunya ba bi mfa de nyame pe na oye. Nti na chese case close. Look at this world. You keep hearing people inventing electricity being made from the atmosphere, fuel from plastic, and things that can immediately free man beyond the gods. So we will not need to pay to exist on this planet. But anything good that is invented is controlled or stopped, and you ask why. Mudia munsho the way nipa eye wiase. Robot, AI, look at Niyama, ship, Niyama kesiye cruise, planes, Niyama kesiye nipa ye, ade ne nipa da so ebre, ansa wadidi, nipa ntimi mfiri ne ho, bisa wo ho se why, oka sem papa kora chiro bibinia, osimibu efu, before me say common internet ya ye use people, who use we bibi memu e wode we eti, who use wa brochi a e wode we eti. Me platform we mi ye na ne origin na ya American. No nko ya American. Na wode we eti. Afei omo be share internet a wodi loadi. Na no so na ye different because na me Starlink na me ye no na me tua no wo London. Internet say e free American na nka ba be ye British. Na sesi omo ba ye Ghana fo ba ye no omo say yi Papa Sam George o say ye nyina ya nto Ghana de ne de alawu na ye nyina starting so utua Ghana na sesi utua na ye round eno so ulodi wo in content go internet so a e wo de way ete enye obi a na eye ignorant. Some of us we take a critical look at things into de ye be ye no krom ha bia, no matter how big, no matter how huge, acknowledging it depends on where we stand. So where do we stand in actual fact? If we can use air to generate electricity for free, why are we paying for it? And why are we paying for even the air we breathe? Now you understand why Eloios and Eroi exist. Ube expanded omu kingdom. Ube chia. They are archons. You are praying to archons. You don't know that is why no matter how you pray, no show. Now also what's an ajiatum? So, onyame de your pen or oye. Are you okay? Now let's look at the Astaphaeus, the third son. Umayenche we inso so e. Ero yi ni na abo modamu. No kwasem na maka kire mo no. They are using archons for you. Me bia wani ama wo. In the Gnostic text, the Apocryphon of John, amount source, Astaphaeus is described as the third of 7 archons, or son of Yahweh. And he has a hyena face and is linked to the divine power of the physical world. Sometimes it's so sad. Na adie we enye nra ne start here, so we understand. Say Yahweh oye nyame na owo ba. Say God so na owo ba Jesus. So omu nyino mutu tonga. Nti say ne omu ye nipa. Ana me bodam. Omu so oye Yahweh ba. No ye linked to the divine power of the physical world. E wiase we nti o sacrifice ne ba no for wiase we say ne ba nimbe oni wiase ana said. People should think deep. This entity acts as one of the authorities overseeing the chaos of the heavens. This archon is part of the hierarchy, helping to create the illusion of order in the physical realm. This is Astapheus, the third son. We are talking about the archons or your archangels. So archbishop, ne arch dear ben, dear keka huno archon, mun check it. It's a cult. You are joining. It's okay. But I want you to know it and do it well. Know what it takes, what to call. Like Hagar did. Or say the God that sees me, El Roi, of Ray. It's a cult. I want you people to understand it and use it because archons are very powerful. They own this world. We've done a lot of episodes about this. Which contradict the true divine power of self-worship. That is Astapheus. You see, a Christopher Wahu, Samuni mi benya yishua, media mini problem, but me say amundi can join the American Tio. Hagar, no ye Egyptian, Tio, Tienye. Ena ya pamono, waye bone, akodi obi kunuechi, awo ashawoba. Ena ya pamono, ena owo wilderness nimu, ena ofre nyame, wo sure onfre ni kurumu nyame, nye Egyptian god no obefre. Ena ofre Eroi. Enti wu Kristoni a wo so bo mpaye because na Hagar onye Kristoni. Enti wu Kristoni a wo bo mpaye na wo so wo frɛ Eroi no. E de nyame na wo frɛ. When was a metun adwene agina so sa dwen ho. It is often portrayed as a figure embodying a combination of masculine and feminine characteristics of divinity and wisdom. That is Astapheus. Eno na ayete say obema oka report because titi mire no mu no mo say e abomination so obema be so ansu but na sa akwa we no oyoba no san ye bema eni nti na ni image no okita pot na okita nsu. It is an androgynous spirit that most woke Gen Z communities and new age spiritual societies that practice LGBT plus cultures worship and give reverence to. Astapheus rules Venus. He governs desire, lust, and attachment. Pachoko reduce odiakana. Ediye na ya omukachoro about Venus. Pacho, Misrewo, this is the son of Yahweh, your God. So tell me why you are condemning these people. Don't make your mistake. Then can't tell me say me endorse your mana me yebia. Come me yesu mo jabe kan wenim. Make your mistake. I'm opening your mind to this. You can even Google about it. Or no, or your boss ye bema. So say ye wu obi sa from sa planetary nimua or ye Astapheus. Why do you people condemn these people so much in the church? What is wrong with us as Africans? Is it changing of the name that is eating us up? Pamocho. Munko back kakra. Mun read the Bible no in deep. Mamu reading it is a graphic. And no. So at this point, reading of zodiac no. How far? What's up? He is in charge of the desire spirit that keep you reincarnating through wanting, through unfulfilled craving, through obsession with romance and pleasure, through the feeling that you need something outside yourself to feel complete, affection, and dems. Any ahun keka ho. Astapheus, and they are responsible for this. You people call him Archangel. I call him the Archons. And this is the name given to him by the Greeks. Dramatizing ye. Think about how much human energy is consumed by desire and addictions. That should tell you how powerful Astapheus is. You can calculate the issues this desire, obsession, addiction has putting people through. That should tell you the archon, the strength of this archon. Astapheus. Enuanom, any adofo. Obi entan obia se ye peni a ade etumi set nipa free pe eye nokore. Ye shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. The Bible told you this. What truth are you focusing? Eroi, Astapheus, Archangel, the Archons, Yaldabaoth, Yahweh. You believe Yahweh created this world. And heaven is better. And he's ruling here and wants you to worship him here. Jokers. Obi a onim. No obe jina baby akase me grace. Me si nyankopon oni ho no. Me nje nyankopon ndi no. Yesu mo nka nanim. Because me ye nyame mmua. Na me nje ndi se nyame wo ho na meti asase so ye den. How much time? How much life? How much self-attention is swallowed by wanting things? Enibre. Wanting people, wanting to be wanted. Astaphaeus is at work. The Gnostic said Astaphaeus is the one feeding on that energy. Dia ubenye biara. O mane nso da. Dia ubenye biara. Unye satisfied. Utofie we ende, ochina pe we. Utoka we ende, ochina upe we. I'm not being judgmental of human character being controlled by Astaphaeus. But what I mean to say is to educate you about why things happen and why things are as they exist. So you know how to move for your own safety. This is what I'm preaching to you. So next time you ask the question, what benefit is it to any spirit or God if your child is a sex or drug addict? You will have a basic understanding of how the world is programmed to contain us. Abusia, this is another record in 2026. I am the first spiritual mystery teacher who is profiling all the chief archons of creation. Nobody has done it. The first female to do that. The first person to do that in Africa. You can cross-check. Maybe after this, maybe the guy will try. I don't think anybody at all can try. But I will be happy if I see someone trying. You can cross-check. So would you say move for unti min kebi mindi move for enuti na me wano a mi wuramu a maker. Aye. And as much as I pray my editor can animate the images for you to see these gods and their animation, it is not cinematic. I wish I get to the level where I can create my own images as well. But we are working hard. We will get there. I create them like how my ancestors will create them or how my ancestors perceive them. I will be very happy. This editorial is important to make you understand why we have greed and addictions. Unexplained pleasure in this world. Onipa nya de obenya ma ne ho nto ne da. De nipa benya biara onye oke. Ye funumu nye mada. De bi epe bibia di. That is why we see so much suffering and oppression. When we have the choice to be free and independent gods. These forces of Archon are sitting on our necks, making sure we don't grow within, but rather we stay ignorant and cheap. And archangel, and our this, and our... They are nobodies. They are nothing without you. They are cheap. So when you become ignorant, you see them. But when you are awake, this is what they will never make happen. Say you look within you and grow within you. Dabi. They want you to be looking. Then so looking for them. I won't find one sanya juma. Woda them sikabe gugo choda. So bisi o bisa on frame. I would want to try. What is it? From the Garden of Eden to where they never want human to match up. They want us to walk naked like mad people, sabe? They don't want us to have any knowledge. Their price is that they get to rule over us and feed on the result of this oppression. Even food, without us, they can't eat. They oppress us so they can find food to eat. Because if they don't oppress us, what becomes of them? And this is what we are pampering. We believe they can do something better for us. How? How is this possible? So like a poultry farmer who eats and sells birds and their eggs will not allow them to fly away. Aye, they eat us like in cocoa. These archangels are feeding us for us to think they are our gods and angels. And anytime a snake attacks your goat farm, you kill it and chase it away. When you hear the snake in the Garden of Eden, think twice. Go deep. This is the deeper meaning of the snake you see everywhere. We can tackle that one day as well. You see, they place us in a garden or in a cage just to groom us, or like bears or like sheep, so they can use us at any point in time. They hate it when we are covered. They hate it when we are on our feet. They hate us when we get into ourselves. They want to turn us into zombies. And we pamper them. Archangel, Archbishop, Arch this and this. Looking at the family we discussed last week and looking at the spirit behind them. And that train you to me. How do you, what do you think? Senkanyami bi woho. No wo bibi ye pa. Me senka African commitment. Eba ni kremosuma commitment 100%. Eba ni nyamisuma mpaibomwa fasting commitment 100%. Se me see sa nyami wei ene ne archangels omo wo bibi papa ya. Kenya African situation. Can we think one time? Can we think? It doesn't mean you won't slaughter or sell your goats for meat. So obi ba ho no be attack you wo di wadwuma na na ugu so awoye. We call them God each Sunday and worship them for saving us and feeding us. Ayesum nyame otiase. Oni na bofo, wa hye na bofo so ombewen yen. Unim so omo wen no mo de watena ha. Mo ka se nyama we nyina ye no kware o, but understanding the word for mam. But they do to keep us gated. Aye, wa hye na bofo so omehwe wampa. But they do to keep you gated and imprisoned to be slaughtered for meat. Enti menye wadwin say ye de wato baabi na abofo bi bo wo ho ban for den wu breakthrough anka wo nya hawo ka wo no blood pressure dru enye sa na tie wo mo bo wo ho ban in prison so they can feed on you. I will definitely bring you the drama of the other archangels next week. Most definitely we will record that as well, because it's a history I'm setting again. Tell me what you've learned from all this in the comment section. Obi se osunya error yi. Okwa sorry on fam mompa ebiem. Afeni weni aba ho so. Osofo na nkasa ko bisa ne so onima. Ko bisa ne so onima. Abusunya. Anam di ubesi. Ya beto wasa episode we so. That's enne. Say ye won kwa. Enti ko dwen error yi. Shama. El Shama. El ni yeden. Bye.